Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal episode number 460 based on novel. So let's start. Lee Yun's eyes were about to pop out as he stared at everything taking place before him. He seemed to have forgotten that he had lived for tens of thousands of years. He was as shocked as when he was just a mortal child and saw a cultivator for the first time. What he was feeling now was several times stronger than what he felt back then. He couldn't imagine how a third-step cultivator could become someone else's slave. This also destroyed his respect and fanaticism toward the third step. Even more seriously, it ripped open the image of third-step cultivators being supreme beings. This scene allowed him to know that third-step cultivators were also cultivators and could become someone else's slave. However, this violent reveal created a powerful impact on Lee Yun's. His body trembled and he coughed out a mouthful of blood. Who the hell is this Wang Lin? How did he do this? How did he make a third-step cultivator his slave? His strength is already a match for a third-step cultivator. Now, adding this slave, his strength already stands at the peak within the inner realm. Blood God was completely stunned. He didn't dare to believe everything he was seeing. Originally, with his age and cultivation level, such a childish thought shouldn't appear, but he couldn't help but think of it. Hallucination. This must be a hallucination. An extremely rare third-step cultivator that all cultivators look up to. How could such a great existence be willing to become someone else's slave? This is impossible. However, Blood God's line of thinking was cut off due to another speculation in his mind, and it set off a huge shockwave in his brain. If he isn't willing, could it be that Wang Lin forced him? This should be impossible. Although his power is comparable to a third-step cultivator, how could he force a third-step cultivator? This is a third-step cultivator, third step. In all heaven, this old man has only seen Master Lu Fu. The three of them were already startled by esteemed Ling Dong. An uproar occurred among the tens of thousands of cultivators that had been pushed away by the Wind Celestial Realm. Being able to become members of the Thunder Celestial Temple and staying here proved that none of them were weak. They clearly felt that heaven-shaking pressure coming from esteemed Ling Dong. Under this pressure, they weren't able to stand still. Fear washed over them and terror filled their hearts. This? Is it the third step? To cause the ancestors' expression to change and stop. Could this really be the legendary third step? The same aura as the ancestor. This is definitely a third-step cultivator. Third-step cultivator, 3 third-step cultivators have appeared at the same time in all heaven. Absurd, extremely absurd. For tens of thousands of years, there was just the ancestor, but now. This Wang Lin's cultivation level wasn't high when he left. However, now, after 800 years, his cultivation has reached such a terrifying level. A third-step cultivator as a slave. Incredible. The uproar spread across the star domain until it was like thunder that rumbled violently. This shocking scene was something no one dared to believe. This had exceeded all their expectations. This was something they couldn't even imagine in their dreams. Master Lu Fu's expression was pale and he was as gloomy as water. There was a hint of madness in his eyes as he waved his sleeve and let out a roar. This roar echoed and suppressed the fear of the tens of thousands of cultivators. Now only his voice remained. This old man has underestimated you. You have actually taken a third-step cultivator as your slave. This person's cultivation level is equal to mine and he has way more Joss flames than me. I'm not even his match. Master Lu Fu's voice entered the ears of all the all-heaven cultivators present. However, even if this old man is no match, I'm certain I can still battle against you. This old man is very talented. If not for the lack of Joss flames, my cultivation would have long reached the mid-stage or late stage of Nirvana Void. Although I'm lacking in cultivation due to lack of Joss flames, over the past tens of thousands of years, I have refined many treasures. With the power of the planet formation, it is still enough to battle you. Master Lu Fu's voice echoed as he waved his sleeve. The planet formation released an aura that was several times stronger than before and swept across the stars. Thunderous rumbles echoed like crazy. Those cultivators that were shocked by Ling Dong's appearance let out fervent roars once more. All heaven ancestor, ancestor all heaven. All heaven ancestor, ancestor all heaven. These voices quickly linked together. This was the roar of tens of thousands of cultivators, a roar they released when they were about to collapse to uplift themselves and all heaven. Their voices were like a shocking flood. They merged with the storm and formed an indescribable momentum. There was also faint joss flames floating from the heads of those cultivators toward Master Lu Fu. Master Lu Fu let out a laugh in the sky and then pointed at the planet formation with a serious expression. The 10,000-foot-long lance suddenly appeared from the vortex inside the formation. After the lance came a black blade. After the blade there were 9 Dao beads that formed a circle. In a flash, 18 treasures appeared one by one from the storm. Every treasure released a shocking power. An indescribable power gathered within the storm and pressed toward Wang Lin and esteemed Ling Dong. The roars of the tens of thousands of all heaven cultivators entered Wang Lin's ears. All heaven ancestor, ancestor all heaven. Master Lu Fu's momentum reached a limit. He suddenly lifted his foot and charged at Wang Lin. At the same time, countless celestial shadows charged out. It was like heaven itself was descending. There was also that broken sword. It instantly got within 100 feet of Wang Lin. That domineering sword energy targeted the area between Wang Lin's eyebrows. Master Lu Fu regained his courage after being shocked by Ling Dong's appearance. He had just made up his mind to battle against Wang Lin. A sudden change occurred. Wang Lin calmly looked at the rapidly approaching Master Lu Fu. He frowned and slowly said, "Ancient slave Zhu Jin." A shocking wolf howl came from the Emperor Furnace and echoed across the stars. The star domain rumbled as Zhu Jin's figure walked out from the Emperor Furnace. The moment he came out, the aura of a third-step cultivators appeared. This aura was filled with tyranny and bloodlust. Combined with Zhu Jin's naked upper body, it gave off a fierce aura. Behind Zhu Jin was a large, blood-red wolf that stared at Master Lu Fu. Master Lu Fu thought that the shock he felt before was already the limit, but compared to now, what did the shock he felt before even count as? An indescribable shockwave of terror washed over his body, and he didn't dare to approach. He retreated until he was more than 1,000 feet away, and his eyes revealed shock. The broken sword suddenly rumbled as it got close to Wang Lin and let out a thunderous rumbles as if a powerful force was squeezing it. It could no longer advance, and it released cracking sounds as if it couldn't bear it anymore. A crack appeared on it and it was forced to retreat. This broken sword had to retreat. It could penetrate Tuo Sen's body, but it wasn't qualified to face 3 third-step cultivators. It was sharp, but it was still a broken sword, so it had to retreat. The sword had a spirit, and the spirit let out a miserable scream. The spirit was seriously injured, and it retreated back to Master Lu Fu. It was trembling violently like a terrified cultivator. There was also the wind celestial realm behind Master Lu Fu. Those celestials were charging at Wang Lin when Zhu Jin and Ling Dong appeared. They took a step forward at the same time and the power of Joss flames echoed. Tens of thousands of invisible collisions appeared in an instant. The celestial shadows were swept clean as a gust of wind blew by. Even the phantom wind celestial realm collapsed under Zhu Jin and Ling Dong's shocking pressure. Rumble, 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 rumble. The wind celestial realm was torn apart and dissipated, leaving only Master Lu Fu, who was even more terrified than before. Not just 1 third-step slave. It's 2 third-step slaves. This, Master Lu Fu became like Master Flames Park and Company. He was completely startled. His eyes were filled with disbelief. It was like cold water had been poured over his head. His body trembled and he no longer thought of fighting. He was unable to fight. He didn't dare to fight. The blood wolf that had appeared behind Zhu Jin made Master Lu Fu think of a rumor. At this moment, Master Lu Fu's plan collapsed before this drastic change. He would have never expected Wang Lin to have such a shocking backing behind his calmness. Facing 3 third-step cultivators, he had no strength to continue the fight. Although he had the planet formation, it wasn't complete yet. How could he battle against 3 third-step cultivators? Their overwhelming strength caused Master Lu Fu's will to fight to collapse. He could no longer struggle and was only left with unbelievable shock. Even with Master Lu Fu's cultivation level, he could only feel bitter as he stared dumbfoundedly at everything before him. He knew he had made a huge mistake. His mistake was extremely fatal. He had mistakenly underestimated Wang Lin's cultivation. When Wang Lin returned to All Heaven, Master Lu Fu thought that Wang Lin had the power to fight him and he shouldn't carelessly provoke Wang Lin. This judgment changed when he saw the rain sword on planet Qingling. Master Lu Fu thought he had seen through Wang Lin's cultivation and he relaxed a bit. However, when Wang Lin broke the formation in 8 breaths of time on planet Dongling, he realized the error in his judgment. He had raised Wang Lin's status to be his equal, but he still believed that with his various treasures, Wang Lin would find it difficult to deal with him. It wasn't until Wang Lin let out a roar outside the formation that Master Lu Fu considered Wang Lin to be slightly above him. However, even at that point, he didn't believe Wang Lin had the ability to seriously injure him. With his various treasures, at most they would be evenly matched. No one would have the advantage over the other. When the literary battle was interrupted, Wang Lin's calmness brought a great amount of pressure onto Master Lu Fu. As soon as he decided to battle, he brought out the Phantom Wind Celestial Realm and even triggered the planet formation. He originally thought that even if Wang Lin was a sliver above him, he could still force him to retreat. However, when Ling Dong appeared, Master Lu Fu was terrified to find that he was wrong again. Wang Lin's calmness came from the fact that he had a third-step slave. This was beyond Master Lu Fu's expectations. Although he was shocked, it ignited his determination to fight. He believed that this was Wang Lin's final ace, while he still had the planet formation. With the planet formation, he could just barely force a draw. However, Zhu Jin's appearance was the last force that collapsed his mind. Master Lu Fu's confidence disintegrated completely and he felt unimaginable shock. He could have never imagined that Wang Lin didn't just 1 third-step slave but 2. The second one had almost reached the peak of the early stage of Nirvana Void and wasn't far from mid-stage. Master Lu Fu's had a bitter expression and his mind was buzzing. The 18 treasures that had appeared inside the planet formation were pushed back by the third-step auras released by Zhu Jin and Ling Dong. This formation was not complete, so it couldn't face Wang Lin's group of 3. Zhu Jin's appearance set off a monstrous wave, and the blood wolf behind him let out a roar that entered the ears of the tens of thousands of cultivators that had just found their courage. It was as if their necks and origin souls were being held, and it brought them unimaginable fear. The confidence they had obtained from Master Lu Fu's speech collapsed. Third step. Third step, there is actually another third-step cultivator. Impossible, third-step cultivators are extremely rare. How did 2 third-step cultivator slaves appear? Third-step cultivators that are rarely seen in tens of thousands of years. Today there are so many. 2 third-step cultivators as slaves. This Wang Lin. What kind of identity does he have? How did he do such a thing? Master Flamespark had lost all ability to think. All the things that had occurred in this short period of time had shocked him until he went numb. Although numb, Zhu Jin's appearance still caused a sharp pain in his mind. 2. Perhaps there is a third. A fourth, Master Flamespark muttered to himself. Li Yun's eyes were filled with confusion as well. He just stared ahead, and his thoughts seemed to dissipate. He could no longer think. Any second-step cultivator in the inner realm would be scared out of their wits after seeing this. 2 third-step cultivators as slaves, this was just terrifying. Blood God's heart pounded and despair filled his eyes. He could have never imagined something like this could happen. Even Master Lu Fu had been forced to retreat. The world was large, but at this moment, he felt like he was in a cage. At the instant Zhu Jin and Ling Dong appeared, their third-step auras swept across all heaven and charged into the other 3 star systems. Cloud Sea Star System, in the secret chamber in the God Sect. Daoist Water was calmly cultivating. His injuries had recovered, but at this moment he suddenly opened his eyes in shock. He subconsciously stood up and looked into the distance. His expression changed in a flash and filled with disbelief. Also inside the God sect, a beautiful woman was sitting inside a large ceiling formation. She sat there with her long hair scattered and gave off a sense of beauty that would make anyone's heart pound. She didn't seem to notice the aura that terrified Daoist Water as she silently cultivated. In the rank 1 region in the Cloud Sea star system, there was a small continent. There were no fierce beasts or humans living there, it was completely desolate. Deep within the continent, there was a valley, and a middle-aged man wearing red was silently sat there. Before him, the demon sect master and various elders respectfully knelt there as if they were waiting for a response from the man in red. The man in red suddenly opened his eyes. The shocking aura that erupted from his body withdrew immediately and was suppressed until none remained. He then looked into the distance, and after a long time he slowly said, "That child is the person the Lord of the Sealed Realm inside the Jade found. This little fellow is pretty good." In the Alliance star system, in the Sealed Rain Celestial Realm, Qing Lin had been healing for hundreds of years. He suddenly opened his eyes with a hint of doubt and shock as he looked into the distance. Before him sat Sichu Nan in awe. At this moment, he also opened his eyes. His eyes lit up and then became filled with confusion. There was a stone statue in the Rain Celestial Realm. This statue was at the highest peak in the Rain Celestial Realm. Only one person had sat below the mountain for hundreds of years. He was a middle-aged man who wore a black coat and had long, black hair. He was constantly shrouded in a cold aura and killing intent. The middle-aged man's cold expression was almost exactly the same as Wang Lin's in his earlier days. He had personally created his forbidden land, and not even Sichu Nan was allowed to come up here. Even Qing Lin's daughter, Qing Shui, and Zhu Zi were also not allowed up here. Even if Qing Lin came, this man in black would dare to attack him. All of this was because of what Wang Lin said to him before leaving. "Watch this stone statue, no one is allowed to touch it." At this moment, there was a flash of coldness in his eyes and his body trembled, revealing a shocking sense of excitement. He looked up into the distance. Although he couldn't see anything, he could feel that faint connection. "Teacher." In the Rain Celestial Realm, a woman in white was sitting in a field filled with celestial grass and the fragrance of flowers. There was a large tiger lazily lying before her. He would sometimes look toward the woman. Even further away, on a mountain that seemed to be frozen, sat a woman who had a cold expression. She sat there facing the coldness as she looked into the distance, and her expression was cold. At the foot of the mountain stood a house, and a man in green stood inside the yard. His body gave off an ancient aura, but one could tell that he was very handsome when he was young. Although his body existed, it looked like a spiritual body, it was not corporeal. Standing in the yard, he looked up at the mountain peak. He revealed a hint of infatuation, and there was no remorse in his eyes. In the sealed headquarters of the Alliance star system, there was an angry and mournful voice that had hissed for hundreds of years. "Kill, kill, kill. I'm going to kill every living thing in the world. I'm going to shatter this world." In the Alliance star system, where the collapsed corpse sect was, a gaze that seemed to almost solidify looked toward all heaven. The promise from the Lord of the Sealed Realm, is he it? In the all-heaven star system, inside the magnificent planet formation, Wang Lin calmly looked at Master Lu Fu. He didn't humiliate the other but slowly walked past Master Lu Fu, toward the startled blood god. Master Lu Fu's face was pale, and he allowed Wang Lin to walk past him. He no longer had any thought of stopping Wang Lin. His complicated expression revealed his bitterness. Master Lu Fu had once helped Wang Lin in the land of the ancient god. Even though Master Lu Fu had only helped him on a whim, much like how a mortal would help an ant cross the river, Wang Lin wouldn't forget it. Therefore, Wang Lin had agreed to the literary battle and didn't intend to break down all face. As a result, he still gave him face, otherwise, Wang Lin wouldn't have gone through all of this. He originally intended to use the literary battle to give Master Lu Fu a chance to back down. However, Master Lu Fu remained stubborn and Wang Lin became impatient. Thus he summoned Ling Dong and Zhu Jin to give Master Lu Fu an unimaginable shock. Wang Lin walked past the bitter Master Lu Fu and slowly stepped into the vortex. He arrived before Blood God. Blood God's face was pale, and the moment Wang Lin arrived, he let out a scream. His hands formed a seal and he was going to struggle before his death. He retreated rapidly and waved his sleeves. A giant devil shadow appeared behind him. The devil shadow was blurry at the start, but it soon condensed into the shape of an ancient demon. 6 stars flashed in the ancient demon's left eye. His thousands of feet tall body gave off a demonic light, and it let out a roar along with Blood God. Wang Lin's expression was calm as his gaze pierced through Blood God and coldly looked at the ancient demon. You dare to resist before me? The ancient god stars between Wang Lin's eyebrows rotated and the aura of the ancient order spread out. The ancient order head appeared behind him and looked at the ancient demon like it was looking at a junior of its clan. Blood God's mind rumbled. Wang Lin's gaze and the gaze of the head fused together. Blood God felt like a child, and the gaze pierced through his eyes, penetrating his origin soul. His ears burst and he let out a miserable scream as he coughed blood. His body trembled and his foot suddenly stopped mid-retreat. He unexpectedly didn't dare to move an inch under his gaze. He clearly felt like his skin had been peeled off, revealing his flesh and blood. He felt that before Wang Lin's gaze, his flesh and blood were about to be pulled, revealing his white bones. Even his bones started making cracking sounds under this gaze and collapsed inch by inch, revealing the origin soul inside this body. I will kill you to complete 2 of my karmas. The first was naturally the blood god hunting Wang Lin. The second was Wang Lin's promise to the girl from the Yao family in the dream. Let me help you, a simple sentence seemed to echo from 800 years ago. As Blood God let out a miserable scream, a line of blood appeared between his origin soul's eyebrows. This line extended until it crossed over his face, his neck, his chest, and his abdomen. In an instant, the blood line flashed and Blood God's origin soul was split in half. The moment his origin soul was split in half, his body shattered inside the vortex. Blood God's death didn't end this matter. The moment his origin soul and flesh were torn, a surge of demonic energy rushed out. This demonic energy soon merged with the demon shadow. A 1,000-foot-tall ancient demon appeared inside the vortex. There were 6 stars rapidly rotating in its left eye. The smell of blood and decay accompanied its large body. A sharp roar echoed as the ancient demon's 1,000-foot body anxiously retreated with a panicked look on his face. He had fused with Blood God a long time ago to use him to heal. That year, he clearly noticed the ancient god energy inside Wang Lin's body. Although Wang Lin was only here as an avatar and his original body was in the Alliance, it still caught the ancient demon's attention. He had used Blood God to order the Yao family to capture Wang Lin so he could absorb the ancient god energy from Wang Lin's soul. Although the aura between the 3 ancient order clans were different and very difficult to convert, this would have still been beneficial as it could shorten the time he needed to heal. However, he could have never imagined that an action of the past could have resulted in his demise today. As he retreated, he started to wave his hands and began chanting in the language of the ancient order. A 5-colored spell appeared filled with demonic energy and shot toward Wang Lin. 9 demonic dragon phantoms appeared and charged at Wang Lin. After the dragons, 99 demonic flags appeared and released powerful demonic energy. There was a demon inside every single flag, and the large demons charged at Wang Lin. Behind the demonic flags, 999 drops of dark red blood appeared out of nowhere and rained down on Wang Lin. Each drop of blood contained the screams of endless souls. These were the souls of the Yao family members that had been gathered for tens of thousands of years. After the blood rain, 9,999 black needles appeared. They contained powerful demonic energy and powerful toxins. They all rushed toward Wang Lin. This ancient demon had gone all out. He knew he was going to die, but he wasn't willing to give up. Too weak. Wang Lin didn't allow Ling Dong or Zhu Jin to attack. He coldly looked at the retreating ancient demon and threw a punch. This was the first punch he had thrown before Master Lu Fu and the tens of thousands of cultivators around. An ancient order punch that would pierce the heavens. As this punch flew out, the ancient order head behind Wang Lin distorted and charged out to fuse with Wang Lin's punch. Thunderous rumbles echoed across the stars. The entire star domain stopped moving. The mighty punch charged forward under the gaze of tens of thousands of cultivators, under the gaze of Master Lu Fu, and under the gazes of Master Flames Park and Li Yunzi. The various spells the ancient demon had released all collapsed, and he let out a miserable scream. The first to collapse were the demonic dragons. It was as if a powerful gust of wind had swept by the 9 dragons and immediately disintegrated them, leaving only their roars echoing. However, as the punch swept by, even the echoes dissipated. After the 9 demonic dragons came the demonic shadows that had charged out from the 99 flags. Their roars suddenly stopped when the punch swept by. From afar, it seemed as if Wang Lin had only waved his hand, and his body remained motionless. But a giant phantom fist flew out before him. After the punch broke past the demonic dragons, it collided with the 99 demonic shadows, and the demonic shadows all collapsed. Closely after the demonic shadows, the 999 blood drops rained down like arrows. However, they all collapsed when they collided with the fist, unable to stop it at all. As the thunderous rumbles echoed, Wang Lin's punch crushed everything and pierced through. The 9,999 black needles didn't even touch the fist before they all collapsed, and then the punch launched at the ancient demon. All of this happened in an instant. The ancient demon screamed as he retreated and folded his arms. His head jerked up, and his mournful voice was heaven-shaking. Royal clan weapon, demon blade. Earth burial. As his voice echoed, a ray of purple light appeared between the ancient demon's hands. This purple light gave off a powerful demonic aura and turned into a giant blade. This blade was completely purple and gave off a sharp aura along with the demonic energy. There was an ancient demon star flashing on the blade. This ancient demon could exist inside this blade. This revealed how extraordinary this blade was. As the ancient demon slashed the blade down, the demonic blade created a monstrous arc that shot toward Wang Lin's phantom fist. Wang Lin's eyes became bright. He didn't expect the little ancient demon to have a royal ancient demon weapon. Wang Lin laughed as his fist opened up and he grabbed the blade. In a flash, the purple blade collided with Wang Lin's palm and a powerful shockwave spread in all directions. Wang Lin's phantom palm grabbed the blade. No matter how much it struggled, it couldn't break free. After it was caught, bursts of roars came from within it. The ancient demon let out a miserable scream and coughed out a mouthful of life energy. His eyes were filled with despair. The vortex trembled under this shockwave, but Wang Lin remained motionless and his expression didn't even change. Only his clothes and hair fluttered in the wind. Esteemed Ling Dong and Zhu Jin silently stood behind him. Ling Dong had been personally refined by Wang Lin, so there would be no chance of him rebelling. Zhu Jin had been forced to submit with the help of the ancient order aura. At this moment, he was looking at Wang Lin with a complicated expression. The more powerful Wang Lin became, the more complicated he felt. However, the ancient Salve mark suppressed his origin soul, making it impossible for him to resist. It was like a mountain that made him feel like an ant. This is a good blade. However, the demon that is using it is a bit weak. Wang Lin waved his right hand and the phantom palm brought the blade to him. At the same time, the 6-star ancient demon trembled as Wang Lin waved his hand. It was as if Wang Lin was giving off a powerful suction force, and the ancient demon could no longer resist it. Soon, he quickly flew toward Wang Lin. Right after Wang Lin put away the blade, he grabbed the ancient demon's neck. Although this ancient demon was thousands of feet tall, his body rapidly shrank as he flew toward Wang Lin, and Wang Lin's hand grasped the ancient demon's neck. The ancient demon began to scream in fear, "Don't kill me! I know a secret. A shocking secret. It is related to the Yao family. If you can go there, you can receive a spell, a 3-life spell." Wang Lin's eyes lit up, but he didn't pay attention to the ancient demon. Instead, he looked at Master Lu Fu, whose face had turned pale from watching Wang Lin's punch. "So this is the reason why you stopped me from completing his karma." Master Lu Fu pondered and said, "Indeed. Fellow cultivator has captured this demon, but this old man still has to prepare for battle, so I won't send you off. Although Wang Lin had 2 third-step cultivators as slaves, Master Lu Fu was still a third-step cultivator. He had his own price, and although shocked, it was impossible for him to lower himself. This video will end here.